Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the lunch. And our next speaker is ready. He's in fact Isaac to come to the stage to give us a topics of creative critical thinking. Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming. First, I want to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Isaac Gooderslow, and I'm the administrative coordinator for Joy to the World American International School in Tokyo, Japan. I've been teaching at that school for the past 5 years, and I've also been involved in a variety of different teaching contexts, from teaching college students to elementary, to teaching private lessons, to teaching early years and in the kindergarten atmosphere. Now, today I want to talk to you about critical thinking. Now, first I want to tell you a story. When I called my parents and I told my dad, "Dad, I'm going to be speaking in Hong Kong." He said, "Isaac, that's awesome. What are you going to be talking about?" I said, "Dad, I'm going to be teaching about critical thinking in the classroom." And there was a pause. My dad said, "Isaac, why do you always have to be so negative?" And I think that's how we view the word critical a lot of times, as having a negative connotation. Anyone who is a critical person is inevitably someone who's going to have a negative thing to say about a situation. It's also what we use to explain situations where something bad is going to happen. We say the situation is critical. But I'm here to talk to all of you, not as someone who is teaching about this topic, but to converge the ideas that we all know and we all have on the topic of critical thinking and how we can promote that in our classrooms and how that is the most important skill that we can endow to our students. Now, before I get going any further, I want to ask everyone to raise their hands. Who in this room, and I assume a lot of you, teach 2 to 7-year-old children? Yep. So I think that we can all agree, while it is very rewarding and it is very fulfilling, it is also, and maybe I can get a raise of hands, who thinks it is at times stressful? Thank you. And it's become so stressful that, in fact, this is becoming a popular gift in America to give to your teacher. And personally, I'm thinking about moving back to America. No. And I have to say, this is a very funny gift, and it is stressful to be a teacher. Why is it stressful to be a teacher? Because there is no job teacher, especially in the early years. You come to your classroom every day not knowing if you're going to be a teacher, an educator, a psychiatrist, a referee, or a judge. You don't know if you're going to be called on to be a medical expert. In some cases, when my kids get really rowdy, a punching bag. Or, in the very bad situations, an emergency cleanup specialist for everything that the kids get into. Now, this is one of the most fulfilling things about teaching. And the other fulfilling thing about teaching is the way that we satisfy the curiosity of the kids inside of our classroom. Now, I want to introduce you to someone. I'd like to introduce you to AG. Now, anyone who has taught, and all of us in this room who have taught 2 to 7-year-old kids, what is their most favorite question? Why? Everything why. And, oh, by the way, another job that teachers also have inside the classroom at times is hat designer. I don't know if I failed at this one. But for AG, he's a very curious boy. One day at the park, I noticed it was time to get back to school so that we could wash our hands, get ready for lunch. And so I said to my class in the park, I said, "Okay, guys, it's time to go." And I turned around, and AG came up behind me, and he said, "Isaac, are we going back?" I said, "Yes, AG, we're going back to school." And I turned around again, and he said, can you guess? Why? And I flashed back to that moment, to when I was a kid. And I remember I would always ask that question to my mom. And God bless her, she would answer my questions. She would satisfy my curiosity. She would take the time to answer all the questions I had until that point. And we all know what that point is, because you would get the look, and I'm sure we all know the look, and those very memorable words, "Because I said so." And you knew if you asked if one more syllable came out of your mouth, done. Situation over. So you knew that was the time to shut up. Now, I remembered, I was really curious as a kid, and instead of just telling AG, because